Ah, this is such a terrible idea. We could release Indoraptor into here. And he would just wipe out Suchomimus and Dracorex immediately. But we could do it. I'm such an easy sell on terrible ideas. Just mentioning that we could do that with the Indoraptor, and I'm already like, yes, that is exactly what we will do with the Indoraptor. It's gonna go in and terrorize the herbivores that we used as the foundation of this park. We are back with our Northwest USA Challenge map. This is the all carnivore park, and you guys made it just in time for the grand opening of our brand new lagoon. We are releasing the Velociraptor. This little guy is not going to be one of our largest attractions, but we have to start somewhere, and we have to have a specific, I believe we have to have 3 marine animals before we are able to research the Tylosaurus, who is going to be a prime attraction for us. So we want to watch how these guys are doing. Oh, we didn't set in any feeders. All right, a little bit of hiccup in the grand opening of the lagoon. We should definitely set up some feeders. There we go, marine feeders. I believe that we're going to want to put them nearby the observation zones. We're going to throw in 2 of those feeders. And what is this urgent message? Oh, a handler was injured. We can either pay them compensation to be able to mitigate the publicity hit, or just take a large hit to our publicity. I'm going to go ahead and pay the fee. We have a solid income. We definitely have a really good income here, so I'm not too worried about money. Though right now it's not like we're rolling in the dough. Who just died? This has always been my thing. Because we have an enormous population of tiny herbivores, and we had a disastrous experimentation of getting carnivores to cohabitate. There's still a few stragglers in here of different species, but they are gradually fighting to the death and weeding out the weak ones, and I'm only repopulating the ones with higher appeal. Oh, what is this? The lagoon has some very interesting new feeders, and yes, you've guessed it, it is time to add in the Tylosaurus to the lagoon. We have 2 ready to be released here, with a 3rd one in the incubation chamber. The monolith of the deep. I love these guys. They look so cool. And they are an absolute all-star with the guests. Let's see how well they take to their new habitat. I modded them for the humble trait, meaning that they should be able to survive on less space, and then hopefully also I'll be able to put in a few more into this exhibit. They do need a lot of open space. We got a fairly large lagoon here. As they expand their territory, wait, they want fish? Oh my gosh, why did I put sharks? They eat fish. Why did I put sharks? Well, this is embarrassing. So, we'll take away the shark feeders. Ooh, what an interesting new feeder. Yes, you've guessed it. The Mosasaurus? No, the Tylosaurus. The Tylosaurus doesn't eat fish, Teddy. Why have you built sharks? Just for show, I suppose. What an idiot. There we go, get a few extra fish feeders. They are looking pretty happy. It looks like this exhibit will be to their liking. It's going to be challenging to be able to fit in another one without making it any larger. They do have this little bit to add into the open space. If we added another one, they'd probably feel a little cramped. It wouldn't take them down into the red, but we'll see how that all pans out. It looks like the Tylosaurs are feeling a little cramped here in the lagoon. I don't have space to be able to expand it, so maybe we will just keep the 3rd one here, waiting in the wings for if one of them catches a disease or if they decide to fight each other. We will see, and then we can go for our 3rd Tylosaurus. But right now, they are still the all-star dino, I believe. Yes, they are our star attraction. There's that huge jump you can see when we added them in. So how are we doing on pace here? We have, why is it saying 107 of 89 dinosaurs visible? I guess that's a target that they want you to reach. That feels like they put the numbers backwards. And then we're at 13 out of 20 species. We're not going to be able to hit 20 species, but we have such high appeal species that we were able to combat the penalty that they are hitting us with. We have the attractions going. So we're getting close to the appeal target that they have for us. For our guests, guest comfort is really high. Shelter coverage is getting a little low, but this is where one of the challenge criteria is coming back in. We have a limited number of shelters that we are able to build. So we're not really going to be able to get this number any higher. In fact, it's probably going to go lower as we continue to expand. Ticket sales are looking great. We're actually on a even split between the general and adventure guests, which is fantastic for the profit margins of our amenities. And our amenities with decent coverage are making pretty high profits. We could probably squeeze a little bit more money out of these. And so we are just looking at $300,000 short of reaching 5 stars. My gut is telling me that if you wanted to complete the scenario as quickly as possible, and that was all you cared about, all you would have to do now is probably add that extra Tylosaurus. It would make them a little bit cramped. You would then add a few more Albertosauruses, a few more Allosauruses over here, a few more Baryonyx and Suchomimus over here, and that should get you there, along with being able to check, I guess let's go ahead, management views. Yep, management views, amenities. Where would we be able to add some amenities? We could add probably something over in this corner, maybe some small amenities to be able to make a little bit more. Something over in this corner to be able to make a little bit more. Probably, again, small amenities, because everything else is close to max with no overcrowding. So that's a good sign for these. Yeah, these as well. A little bit of overcrowding over here even. Impressive. So these might be able to go up all the way to large amenities. But I didn't come to this all carnivore park to let the Tylosaurus be my crowning achievement. No. I want to see Indominus Rex. I want to see Indoraptor. And we still have this small zone up here that we will be able to expand to. They're very expensive to be able to research. So while we have this storm coming in against us, we should probably go ahead and get started on Indominus Rex. Yeah, $10,000 down the drain. He also requires 24 genetics skill out of only 4 scientists. So you have to have a very specialized team to be able to manage this. And who should we add? Oh, cheaper research. Cheaper research saves us $3 million. Thank you, Fazan. That actually helps a lot. I feel like this perfectly embodies the AI of this game. The ambulance sitting right in front of the gate. So the gate's wide open to the carnivore exhibit. Firing shot after shot of tranquilizer to try and heal the Compsognathus that is so small they have no hope of hitting them. How many shots do you guys think it'll take? Hey, they got it. Amazing. Amazing. Now we're actually able to research the inoculation for that disease because they had a limit. You were not able to get the inoculation until you had treated 3 dinosaurs that actually had the disease. So here we go. This will give us all 4 of the key inoculations. Disease outbreaks has really not been too bad. We had a lot of injuries and a lot of hospitalizations that we had because the carnivores were fighting with each other, but now even that has kind of settled down. We actually still have Carnosauruses and Albertosauruses cohabitating here. They'll occasionally get into fights, but these guys seem to have worked out some kind of deal on living together. Over here, the Allosauruses did away with all of the other species in their pen. They are the lone habitants of this pen. Well, while we wait for Indominus Rex to come along and save the day, bringing our park up. Yeah, we're so close. We are so close, guys. Let us go ahead and figure out where we're going to keep him, which is a interesting decision. I wonder if this is going to be something where I'm going to want to cheese it a little bit and build like the impassable barriers with rock terrain and other stuff like that to be able to make sure that he stays in. Or if I trust the fences to be able to hold him. I really don't know. Okay, the dream for this portion of the park is actually that we get both Indominus Rex and Indoraptor in here. I really don't know if it's large enough to be able to pull that off, because I have a feeling that they are going to require a lot of space all to themselves. Let's go ahead and just kind of use the fence to mark off the edge of our buildable area. There is a fenced outline of the area that we have. We need to get a monorail station up here. We need to get a few guest amenities. We have to decide what we want to do about the shelter, because it would be good to get a shelter up here, but we can't build any new shelters, so we would have to relocate one that we already have, and I don't want to do that because then it will lower our percentage. So we might actually just go without a shelter up there in the corner. Don't know how intelligent, how smart of a decision that is, but we definitely need the monorail. I believe transportation rating up there is going to be bad. I guess we could wait to build that just to see how bad it is. Because if we don't have to build one up here, then we get a lot of extra space, honestly, for being able to fit in. It increases our chances of being able to fit in both Indoraptor and Indominus Rex, which I really want to do. How much does Indoraptor cost? So Indominus Rex was 10,000. Indoraptor is the next level. And, okay, I have to have the Indominus Rex before I'm able to get him in. And we're going to have to take Raptor genome to 100%. So let's get out there on the expedition for the raptors. This zone has to have its own hatchery, right? Like, we didn't pay thousands of dollars and play this map for hours and hours to release the Indominus Rex via airlift. No, no, no. We want to see him busting out of the hatchery. That is what we came to see. So that is what we are going to do. And then I want to kind of have a curved zone here because I find that is most useful for being able to get the exact placement of viewing galleries that I want. I don't know. This is looking more and more like it only holds one. It doesn't hold both. But you know, this is such a terrible idea. We could release Indoraptor into here. And he would just wipe out Suchomimus and Draco Rex immediately. But we could do it. I'm such an easy sell on terrible ideas. Just mentioning that we could do that with the Indoraptor, and I'm already like, yes. That is exactly what we will do with the Indoraptor. It's gonna go in and terrorize the herbivores that we used as the foundation of this park. It does mean we can commit to locking in a monorail station here. And then all we have to do is flip over to the delete tool, remove these portions of path, flip back to the monorail, and now extend our track. We want to be very careful that we'll be able to get the counter track going back the other direction. So we're going to come up. This one is going to go straight into the station, and then when you come out the other side, you start to hold on to your seatbelt as you go over Indominus Rex exhibit and then back down the hill to be able to make it back to the lagoon. I love it. I do love that, actually. Now we need to make sure that we can see Indominus Rex, which my sources tell me is not so easy given that he can camouflage. Urgent message. What are you bothering me with now? A museum request. A museum has heard about our fossil discovery and would like to display the findings. We can gain a publicity rating but lose the fossils. This is for being able to get the Velociraptor genome up to 100%. So we're going to turn the museum down. We are doing more important work than you would with the museum. We are actually bringing them back to life. Why would you stand in the way of that kind of scientific progress? Now then, right up here, we have a fun opportunity to be able to do a nice rounded feature. The game's paths are not always the greatest tech, but they do rounded configurations very well compared to what a lot of other games are able to do. So we're going to go for that. And then we need to get better source of power. Let's go for, where's our repeater substation? I just want to throw this one up against the wall so I don't have to run any power lines around here. I like how picturesque this whole zone is. Okay, while we've been working on that, the rest of the park has been falling to pieces, it looks like. So we have a dead dinosaur, somebody's injured, somebody's low health. Okay, so you were tranquilized, but I never sent you off to the hospital. I am sorry for having you sit there just asleep. This one needs to get cleaned up. And am I missing anything else? Actually, I guess that was it. That was it. Okay, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Why is our park rating tanked so much? Oh, it's because as we were remodeling the monorail, our transportation rating was down in the dumps. Now things should be coming back around. Our expedition is done, so we want to see if our Velociraptor genome can come up to 100%. It looks like they have a lot of great fossils here. And it also looks like we are still going to fall short, because these are only going to add +3 each. Yeah, 21% will bring us to 89, so we need 11 more. And we'll grind up this one in the last slot. Alright, be honest with me. I feel like one of the scientists actually let the museum keep like a token piece, and that's why we are 11% short on the raptor. Is somebody actually taking care of these guys? I feel like somebody was assigned. Yeah. Ranger Team 5, patrolling the aviary. I guess they just got there. Do you have your upgrades for advanced scanners? You do. You should be able to handle this.
Commencing asset transit.
Wait. Why does the repeater substation not have power? Oh, I have to move. Okay, I understand. I have not used these very often. I knew how they work. There we go. He has to be in this zone, and then he turns green, and then he's able to extend the zone. Raptor being brought up to 93%, boss. No, it's not 100. We have to go to the other Chinese dig site and find the last scraps from here. Oh, what a task. All right. Well, that's going. We have a outbreak of the common cold in this exhibit. This Dracorex suffering from organ trauma. Ooh, probably want to fix him up. Where'd he go? There he is. In the meantime, Indominus Rex is waiting. So he has a 100% chance of being intolerant, completely understandable. High chance of being, or low chance of being sickly, chance of being long-lived, high chance of being strong. Makes sense. All right. Let's see, what kind of amazing mods can we put on this guy? So we get basically all the skin options. I feel like the white is just so iconic to him that he needs to be white. Yeah, we'll leave him as white, which was, 6, Yukon River. And then, yeah, he can be as intolerant as he wants, but he needs to not get sick and die on me. That would be absolutely the worst. Any other mods that would matter? I guess making him humble could actually be beneficial for us. Because then if he has some crazy requirements for the space of his exhibit and we're actually under that, the humbleness would be able to bring things down 30%. So we'll make sure that he's humble, and we will save this. We still have 3 mods that we didn't spend, so not as expensive as it could be. And we get to assign our scientists and see how long this is going to take. 17 is actually great for our 2 specialists to be able to work on together, $1.5 million, and then 3 minutes later, we'll be able to see see what actually comes out of this egg. The nice thing is that even though you have to spend so much up front with the research, you don't have to go on expeditions and you don't have to crunch up the fossils. So that does account for a large amount of cost that you don't see in, say, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Those expeditions are not cheap to be able to bring those fossils back. Do I get to know what Indoraptor costs now, or do I have to? Yes, I have to synthesize, incubate, and release Indominus Rex before Indoraptor becomes an option. And we're still working on the other raptor, the Velociraptor genome. Okay, we're very close on number of counts. We're very close in terms of star rating. We're very close in terms of raptors. We're working on Indominus Rex right now, which means we should probably, well, yeah. I'm trying to upgrade the fence line for when we choose to release Indoraptor into the herbivore exhibit. Indominus Rex is ready for incubation, so he's aggressive, naturally, intolerant, and humble. Wonderful combination. Yeah, I think we're only getting one in here. And I would not want to try and manage any more. 8 minutes to be able to do that. He wants water, prey, open space, and forest. Actually, pretty easy to please, honestly. So we deleted this whole water feature in the middle so that we would be able to build our own. I honestly think we're going to build back most of it in the same spot. We had to delete it to be able to get the fence line and then these other structures in. So we'll get that going. Give him a nice kind of swampy zone over here. And he wants more forests, so we'll dot some trees all around. Oh, we don't even have a ranger team assigned to be able to work this zone. Let's go enclosures, get that ranger post. Yeah, pop it out somewhere over here. And then nearest ranger team. So do we take the ones that work the aviary, the one that work the piscivores, or the ones that work the lagoon? Probably we take the piscivores. So Ranger Team 4, you guys are going to have to service Indominus Rex. We may regret that. And then we need a gate for them to be able to get in here. We'll pop that over here on the corner. There we go. What was the other thing that he said he needed? There was something. Oh, it was prey. Just setting up prey, because otherwise we should have everything here. I would like to do a little bit more variety to the terrain. Yeah, no, we'll keep it actually sharp slope, but reduce the radius as much as we can. And try and say that like there's these little hills kind of blocking off these different pools from each other. That'll be the story of the exhibit, why they ended up in this shape. And then this back zone, want that to come up in a hill. I want this zone to come up in a hill as well, so that it kind of just slopes up as you get out towards the fences. I always like the way that looks. Ah, that looks so much better. I love it. And now, hatched and released during a snowstorm, Indominus Rex! Yes. That has to be one of the coolest release animations we have. It's so fast.
What can I
and
say?
immediately kills the
Indominus
goat.
Rex remains
Just
my
goes
most
straight to
inspired
hunting. Oh my
creation.
gosh.
Nature
Okay.
can create a dinosaur,
Okay.
but only I can bring an Indominus Rex to life. To do so required a tremendous amount of research, gene mixing, splicing and manipulation, and, of course, determination. The end result is a hybrid dinosaur that is both beautiful and deadly. An alpha predator among alpha predators. So treat it with the care and respect it deserves.
This guy eats all the time. Wow. You're gonna get to see it hunting a whole lot. That's what I think. But it looks like it's actually happy with the exhibit here. Maybe we'll release another one at some point and watch them battle each other. That would be pretty exciting as well. But I think that we just unlocked Indoraptor. Indoraptor research potential. Get to see, get to see. Yes, we're at the scientist limit again. We have to get within 4 scientists to be able to put up 27 wellness. 27 wellness? It's always genetics to be able to research things. Why are you changing it up on me, Mr. Game? Okay, so we have 17 here put together with 2 guys. That's pretty good. We just need to be able to have another 10 and another 7, basically. We can have a little bit less than that. We need another 10 somewhere. Or I guess at minimum, with this pitiful staff that we have, we need 2 5s to go with the 10 and the 7. So, Cyril? Cyril Tanner? Is it you? Are you the chosen one? The thing is, if we can find a 6, then we'll be able to use Fazan, who will give us a 30% discount on the research project, which I would really, really appreciate. So did I Did I have a 6 anywhere? No, I did not. We would have to hire somebody brand new for that. Ooh, Amari can be a 6 and has cheaper research. All right, Amari, welcome to the team. That was all you had to say. Now we're gonna train you up. Yep, bump up your welfare. What does welfare have to do with research, you say? Usually it's logistics or genetics. It is. Wait, scientist limit 4. Why? Oh, it was maxed out because of money there. We need to make a little bit more money, but we'll be able to save $5,000 on the cost. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a photo tour of the park. That usually brings in a couple $1,000,000 at this point because our park is so well built up, man. Pneumonia is just devastating this. Guys, some of you have to survive for when we release the Indoraptor. Smile for the photo, guys. You might not immediately see that many dinos, but yep, there was a $100,000 shot right there. It's so easy to make money with pictures. We just got to get over this little hump, be able to get Indoraptor in. All right, now this one, these guys are bigger. This is easier to actually frame a good shot. Oh, he's hunting. Come on, they're fighting. We're gonna get the shot of them fighting. Yes, haha. All right, now don't kill each other while I'm in the chopper. $200,000 photo. Now we gotta find the Tylosaurus from the sky. There they are. We got not a lot because they're just floating around. They're not eating or doing anything interesting. Now this is the big money shot. A shot into the aviary because they're all just packed right here at the viewing gallery. $500,000 of taking a picture of the aviary. Wonderful stuff. Okay, somebody did die. Was that from the fight? Yep, it was from the fight. Alright, drag him away. We're slowly getting down to just one species down in these. Originally, they were going to be cohabitating carnivores. Yeah, I need somebody on staff to tell me no when I come up with crazy ideas. The Indoraptor research has begun. Oh, adding him in here is going to be so fun. Just want to see him bust out and start hunting just like the other one. Yes, herbivores, don't mind me. There's absolutely no reason that goats are starting to pop up. Oh, and we have a tour going through here as well. That might have to change. I don't want too many guests getting killed. Now, what should the Indoraptor look like? His default is black, so the opposite of Indominus Rex. I kind of like that. We'll go with the really dark coloration. Take away the chance to be sickly. Can't have this multi-million-dollar scientific marvel getting a cold and dying on me. Quake in terror, little Suchomimuses and Dracorex. Now we have enormous herds of them in here, but the release of the single Indoraptor is going to have more appeal than all of them combined. So, release the dinosaurs. Apex
This is a dinosaur
predator.
created with a purpose.
Does he want more
It can even see in the
people?
dark and uses echolocation to find its prey. Now, nature might eventually have created the Indoraptor, but I got there first. Is it dangerous?
Here he goes,
Yes.
on the hunt.
But
Who is going to be the first target of the Indoraptor? Come on, you gotta run him down. They're fast, little guy. Move, move. There's the real speed. Oh, man, he is fast when he wants to be. He is fast when he wants to be. He's unhappy with all of these little guys. And he wants more water, more rock. Okay. I think we have everything that he needs to be happy in the exhibit already. He just needs time to get used to his new surroundings and clear out the little herbivores. And then, honestly, let's see if we can get 2 of them to live together. So they are intolerant, and I believe the one we just released is aggressive. So if they fight each other, that would be really unfortunate. At the same time, we are at the point of the scenario where to progress, you just start throwing the kitchen sink into your exhibits. 4.7 stars. We need to be able to weasel out how much more profit? We need to be able to weasel out an extra $150,000. Very doable. Very, very doable. There's the jump from the Indoraptor and then the dip from when he killed the other dinosaurs, I think. I think that's what it is. Oh, it's because the Indoraptor went out of view. Oh, we don't want that. What is the... How did he go out of view? I guess... Does he know? Did he wait to get out here just because he knows that will be out of view from the guests? I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. But here's the strategy moving forward. So we have Albertosaurus over here, and they are relatively cramped. These guys are doing okay with their environmental needs. They could have a few more fit in there. The Allosaurus are in a much smaller exhibit over here. Where is one of them? Here we go. Al1. Ooh, somebody took Alpha away from the eldest. That's very interesting. But they're kind of at the limit of how money can fit into this small confined area. We could actually extend the exhibit out this way past the back. I like that idea, to be able to fit in a few more Allosaurs. We can also genetically modify a few humble but ultra fit, not aggressive, but really strong, because humble also gives them an extra tick in dominance. And then if they take Alpha away from these old dogs, they will reduce the environmental needs of the entire group. And so I think the plan is going to be to progressively replace the alphas with humble alphas so that we can have a larger group of carnivores all living in the same exhibits that we already have set up, and go from there to be able to increase our guest count. The Indoraptor is just decimating the population. Hunted down. Hunted down. There he is. He's feeding on his latest kill. We probably want to clear the bodies out. We don't want him getting sick from the decomposing bodies. Okay, for the Albertosaurs, we'll modify the genome here. So this is going to be our first experiment, as if it will be successful. Yeah, we don't care about tolerance anymore. And we don't really care about resilience. We want you, instead of being needy, to be humble. Oh man, this is going to be tight to be able to fit it in, because I want them to be strong as well. Alright, there we go. 75% chance at being humble, 50% chance at being strong, 25% chance at being fit. If we can have the stars align, and one of the batch is going to have all of those traits, he will be the ideal new alpha. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. We only get... Oh, wait. Batch size of 3. Okay, so we don't get too many tries every batch. The Indoraptor seems to be having a lot of trouble expanding his territory. Everything that he wants is here in the exhibit. It's just he is confronted by all of these little tasty morsels that keep on distracting him. The cohabitation issue is really slowing him down. He also seems to be kind of stuck right here, just yelling here over and over. Okay, we got one humble Albertosaurus, and we got the humble and the strong one. So we will line these guys up to be sent over, hopefully take Alpha. The idea is that if they take Alpha, then the group is going to be happier with less, or happier with the same but a larger population within the exhibit. Now to do the same thing with the Allosaurus. These guys, honestly, I like their look out better than a lot of the other carnivores. Let's give them a slightly different skin color just to set off the new guys. Yeah, we don't prioritize tolerance anymore. Being humble is the new virtue. Alright, Mr. Indoraptor actually was completely stuck. I had to save and reload, which is a soft reset for being able to shake the dinos out of some of their known glitches. Hopefully we get a stability patch that will fix things up, but I was just getting worried that he was just there and I didn't want him to starve and die. So now he's back on the hunt. What is he up to? What is he up to? He's killed 6. His infamy level is going up, up, up. We are also at 4.8 stars. So close. Anything could put us over now. We've got A lot cooking in the hatchery. We released another Tylosaur into the lagoon, so that was a little bit. We've also been trying to keep the smaller fishies population stable in here. The Tylosaurs occasionally want to munch on them. So very similar cohabitation issue with the other carnivores is that even though they say they like each other, it will not prevent the Tylosaurs from actually going in and eating them. On the bright side, replacing them is a lot cheaper than some of those other carnivores that we're fighting to the death. And we have another batch about to come out in another minute here. So we are right on the cusp. The key here is that a lot of these amenity placements are not operating at full capacity. So if we're able to bring up the number of guests within this central zone, then we should be able to really quickly bring our profits much, much higher. Albertosaurus, you are over here. Time to see if our bid to create a new humble alpha will really work. If we can change. So they're going to have to overcome this grizzled war dog of an alpha. Albertosaurus number 16. I have made so many of these guys. Let's see his track record. He has won 6 fights and outright killed 3 opponents. An impressive specimen for sure. He is needy, so that is the opposite of humble. We want to get rid of that. He's tolerant and he is resilient. We'll see how well that fares up against the new fit, humble youngster that is going to come in. How old is this guy? He is 60 years old. He's coming to the end of his expected lifespan. He was unrivaled between him and all the carnivores that were in there. He was the one who saw his people decimate the rival carnivore population. Will he lose the crown here at the waning years of his life, or will the young ones simply bide their time for taking the crown away? Oh no, Tylosaurus is sick. Alright. That is very important that we make sure he stays healthy. What happened to you, Tylosaur number 1? Here we have the new strong humble alpha for the Allosaurs, and he'll release with a humble, long-lived, large appetite brother. It would be actually really interesting if he took alpha. They can. Just because one dinosaur's stats are higher than the other doesn't necessarily mean that they will always win out. The game has a fair bit of randomness to how the dinosaurs behave, especially in combat. But now we are poor, so doing any expansions beyond this, we're going to have to really watch our purse. We could try and do another Indominus Rex? Maybe? Looks like the Tylosaur contracted a disease. Wait, what happened down here? Carnivore feeder, wait, that's a Compsognathus died. Okay, a little Compsy died, probably of old age. Yep, of old age. And the Tylosaur got foot and mouth disease, even though he doesn't have feet. Anyway, the whole point is that that disease manifests itself if the dinosaurs don't have as much open space as they want, and so their own feces will infect their area. Oh, here it is. He was injured. We missed it. Ah, the old dog. He lost his crown. Who is the new alpha? It is Albertosaurus number 20. He's one of the new young bucks. He is humble. That's exactly what we wanted. His single fight, he went straight up to the alpha, knocked him down, and now he is the king. I love it. Also, he didn't kill the old one, which is even better. He's gonna get to stay around. Ooh, now for the big exciting test. Will the Indoraptors be okay together in an exhibit? They are both aggressive and intolerant, so they will likely fight, but will they kill each other? That is the curious thing. Research available. Avian influenza. Why do I need to be able to research avian influenza? Alright, we'll pause on the Indoraptors because I don't want a disease epidemic to come sweeping through. Alright, let's get this treatment. So the treatment has started researching. Now let's figure out why. Somebody's sick? Is it a plesiosaurus here? Did he get the avian influenza even though he's in the lagoon? Nothing avian about this guy, but I guess we'll have to go find out. Okay, so here is Indoraptor 1. He has not yet accepted the other Indoraptor into his population. He's still looking for more open space, which is strange. His territory could extend wider. Very uncomfortable at the moment. Cohabitation issues with Trichomymis and Dracorex. Thankfully, it is not pinging that he has a cohabitation issue with the other Indoraptor. We'll see. I'll be very careful to see if it pops up that they are fighting each other, and try and hop to it so we can see the battle at least, if they will do battle. Ooh, that was an escape attempt by the Indoraptor. Okay, looks like he injured himself up against the wall, but the wall held. That is what I like to see. Why can't I get a vet over here? I want to get the vet over to him. Do not want this prize boy to go down. They're still just taking out the herd of everything else. Seeing them come running and then go nuts is amazing. Alright, well, if I cannot get the vet to automatically go to him, we're just going to try and drive him in to see if we can help him out. He's just right there. The rangers go by. And now we're into the Indoraptor pen. Alright, give me a scan. Back up, back up. Yeah, he's right there. Scan from max range, please. Just sprained his head. Oh wait, I have to go down. Medicate. Alright, that's a hit. Get him his medicine. And then leave. And leave. Oh, they see each other? Is this going to be a challenge between the two Indoraptors? Is this the fight brewing? Looks like it is. Alright, cohabitation may not be possible between these two. There it is. Or maybe they just need to... Yeah, they're just figuring out who's alpha. Nope. The young one wins. Okay. We cannot keep multiple Indoraptors in. That's unfortunate. That was expensive. Expensive loss. So only one Indoraptor, only one guy in this whole exhibit. Wow. Alright, we are at 4.6 stars. We are recovering from a storm. I am doing another fantastic picture tour to be able to acquire the funds to keep on incubating our giant apex predators. And the aviary, here's the money shot. What's it going to be this time? 530,000. Yeah, incredible. But anything could put us over at this point. We have been. I was busy optimizing pieces. What fence was broken? Where was the fence broken? I believe that's probably the Indoraptor trying to bust out. It is. Ooh. Wait. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's trying to get out. Okay. The ranger team was trying to get there, but it got caught up in a panicking herd of Struthiomimuses, so is not able to go repair the fence. Looks like the Indoraptor has decided that there's nothing for him out there because that is the very edge of the map, and he has just retreated back inside the pen. We're going to want to keep a close eye on this. 4.9 stars. What does it take? What does it take to go over? We're $20,000 away. All right. This can happen. Ah, 5 stars. Oh man. Oh, finally pushed us over. So we were super close right before the storm hit. I was optimizing the amenities, adding them into the little nooks and crannies where we could squeeze out all the monetization from our guests possible. And then the storm hit, so that set us back. But we have done it. A 5-star all carnivore park. Not quite all carnivore. There's still a few pieces of Indoraptor food in this exhibit, but they have mostly been phased out and hunted to extinction. My goodness, I learned a lot doing this challenge. Number one, carnivores will never happily cohabitate together. The piscivores will, so that is demonstrated by the success of the baryonyx and Suchiomymis living together in this beautiful forested habitat. They never fought with each other. And actually the aviary came across very, very well. Also, no fights here in the aviary, though they will occasionally fight. So if they get desperate for food or are just extremely uncomfortable, you can have fights between the piscivores. But then the true carnivores, so the guys in the lagoon and all the other carnivores here, were not happy cohabitating with anything else. The other thing I learned is that do remember all of the challenge conditions that you have. So if we go back and review what they were for this mission. Oh, that was for the mission log. I want to go to... Oh, because I beat it, it won't show me what it is now. That's unfortunate. But one of the restrictions that we had was you have a limited number of park shelters that you're able to build. Yeah, here, the emergency shelter. You cannot build more than 5 emergency shelters. And normally that's not a issue for me. I build pretty compact parks. This one ended up spanning a very large area to be able to accommodate all of the carnivores that we needed, because we couldn't have a high species density or a lot of cohabitation, which I'm used to relying on. And for this central zone, I was like, oh, I usually just build a path right through the middle and then I put the animal exhibits out on the edges. I wanted to try something different, put the path on the outside and have the dinosaurs in the middle. I do really like the way this turned out, but the downside is that it means you need a lot more shelters to provide coverage all the way around the path, rather than a path taking the shortest distance to be able to get over here. And so, while I do like this kind of design because it makes it easier to be able to fit amenities around the outside and be able to provide infrastructure for your guests and monetizing off of those, it has the downside of, for this specific scenario, meaning that my shelter coverage is much lower than I'm used to it being. It's at 75% here. So if we go to our appeal rating and then we check on the guests, guest comfort is at 90% because of that. And so we ended up losing about 400 guests not coming to the park who would have normally, based on the level of appeal that we had reached. Also, to be able to combat that, I thought it would be a good idea to bring in the really, really high appeal monsters like the Indominus Rex, which, there she is, Indominus over here, and the Indoraptor, because they have such a high individual appeal. Well, this also, looking at it in hindsight, because you're not able to fit multiples, they have to stay alone in their exhibit, otherwise they'll just kill the other dinosaur, kill their rival, and that's extremely expensive. Their appeal is 1850, whereas, say, Tyrannosaurus Rex is perfectly happy cohabitating with a few other T-Rexes. You're not going to be able to fit a lot together, but multiple T-Rexes could have been in the same exhibit and provided significantly more appeal. So the Indominus Rex, while they are supposed to be the ultimate attraction, are actually not as efficient as the good old reliable T-Rex or even another carnivore of a similar type. So any of these viewing galleries is going to be providing an appeal rating of 1850. I like in the park tour kind of doing a perusal of what the most popular exhibits are. Here we have 3,000 appeal out of much cheaper and easier to create Albertosauruses. So these guys are actually better for the park than the Indominus. Doing a quick perusal of our overall park here, we have just park infrastructure in this zone. I really like being able to group it all together because guests have no need to come to this area, so you don't have to worry about providing amenities, comforts, or transportation for them in that zone. Then we come in to what was our original exhibit and some of the remnants of how we started the park. We started the park based on trash herbivores and attractions. I spammed out 7 attractions to be able to pick up enough appeal to reach the star rating to get the Dracorex and go on from there. And the Dracorex and Tuchiomimus had been all over this exhibit, but this was ultimately converted to the Indoraptor because the individual Indoraptor had higher appeal than the 2 herds of Dracorex and Tuchiomimus, which is kind of hilarious, but that's the way it is. Then we have our core park infrastructure with a lot of really large amenities, turning huge profits. Albertosaurus, which we already said, racking up. Ooh, now he's up to 3,500 appeal. Incredible. He's also got Compsognathus in here, and there used to be a Carnotaurus. I've probably been saying that wrong the whole time. Anyway, he used to be in there, and while they say they like cohabitating together, that didn't keep them from fighting. So now only the Albertosaurus is left because he has a higher appeal rating. So that was the only one that I was willing to repopulate. Very similar story over here with the Allosaurus. Allosaurus was in with a much smaller guy who's named the Ceratosaurus. If you watch the first episode of our playthrough, you can see all of my misadventures trying to get the carnivores to cohabitate. But now only the Allosaurus is left, and this viewing gallery pulling 3,195 appeal, which is pretty great. We also have this viewing platform set up to be able to catch the dinos in this corner because they were disappearing out of sight pretty frequently. Then one of my favorite exhibits here is the cohabitation between the Suchomimus and the Baryonyx. There he is, the little Baryonyx. They're hard to see with all the forest. I wish I could turn the forest off to be able to see my dinos better. But this viewing platform with 3,200 appeal, I actually kept on tearing down and rebuilding the walls here to try and get them to match exactly the angle of the viewing gallery, and I'm pretty happy with the result that I got. Then we have our trusty aviary with all the avians. We have populations of 3 of the different avians because that was maxing out their cohabitation limits. They are all, every single one, was specifically selected because they were tolerant, so they'd be able to cohabitate with more of these avians, which are just completely indifferent to living next to. So we have the Dimorphodon, the Merodactylus, and the Pterodon, and they are pulling a lot of appeal for us as well. Are they going to be one of the lead ones? No, they're actually weaker than the other carnivores with 2,700 appeal right there. And then we have the Lagoon with the Tylosaurus, a very economical, high appeal dinosaur. He is great for us, and local dino appeal, I mean, 7,600 off of that. No, get this message away. I want to bask in the glory of the Tylosaurus. I mean, look at this. 7,600 appeal is insane. This is because I have 3 Tylosaurus, and then I also have these little guys. If I can select one. Yeah, selecting the water monsters is a nightmare, but Plesiosaurus actually has pretty high appeal himself. He's okay cohabitating with the Tylosaurus, so the Tylosaurus will occasionally take a little nibble, but he's not too expensive to repopulate. And each one of those individually bringing in 400 appeal is what puts the Lagoon over the top in terms of being the grand spectator draw here. And finally, up the last hill, I do like the monorail snaking around everything here. We have Indominus Rex and his very own set of merchandising options. Yeah, so this, I'd originally wanted this to be split between Indoraptor and Indominus, but once I saw the space requirements for Indominus, which you have to build first, I realized that was never going to happen. So then we got the bright idea to release Indominus in with the herbivores because he's still a grade up from their herds. So that was kind of fun to see him just hunting down all of those little guys. Looks like the Indoraptor is on the hunt. We'll follow him here. This has been how to win the Northwest USA challenge map on Jurassic Difficulty. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more challenge map walkthroughs and guides coming out for Jurassic World 2, so subscribe to the channel if you want to make sure that you see those videos when they come out. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.